All right, breaking news coming in. India has beaten Bangladesh by 5 runs, a clincher of a match which was curtailed because of rain. And it's turned out to be a great victory for India. They set up a score of 184, but due to rain, it was curtailed down to 151. The Bangladeshis did get a little close to it with the help of Litton Das and Najmul Hussain Shanto. But with our bowling prowess seeping in through Hardik Pandya, Mohammad Shami and of course Arshdeep Singh, this has become a great victory for India. And how can we forget Virat Kohli's 64, another tremendous contribution, and again a contribution by KL Rahul here as well. Sunil Yashkalra with me in the studio. Sunil, how do you view this victory? Obviously, the heartening thing for me to see was that KL Rahul is back in form. Virat Kohli continues with his form. Rohit Sharma's form is not of much concern as long as India produces a victory.
Well, I can use 2 words to describe this. In a rain-curtailed match, it is a cliffhanger and a Russian roulette put together. And that's what it was, Vineet. Russian roulette and a cliffhanger.
Okay. Sunil, also elaborate for our viewers. What did you think was, the greatest part of today's innings? Oftentimes in the past, even during the Asia Cup and, the other tournaments that happened in a lead-up to the T20 World Cup, our bowling was usually criticized. Bhuvneshwar Kumar still unlucky today, but Arshdeep and company definitely were able to bring in the horses home, through their very expert spells.
Well, you can view this match in 2 halves. The first half belonged to India with Virat Kohli taking the lead. And the best part was, if you have 4 batters scoring 30 plus and 40 plus, Vineet, you reach the total of 180. And mind you, this is the same Adelaide wicket where you get long boundaries and you get shorter on the side. So what happens? India traditionally are very good at pulling and hooking stuff, and that's what KL Rahul showed. So the first half belonged to India with great batting prowess, and in a Duckworth-Lewis rule, it is always a Russian roulette. You never know which way it's going to swing. And this time, Arshdeep Singh, yes, the guy who was like your villain in the Asia Cup and he was trolled massively, comes back again. The 23-year-old comes back, bowls some of the...
Let's also look at the points table, Sunil. After that loss, India was touted as, somewhat of a team that would get into trouble. But if you look at all the groups, India has, the highest net run rate in terms of its capabilities. And definitely, we are on top with 6 points. Pakistan is definitely out of the equation. And a good chance over here, except that New Zealand and England, some of the top teams, are still untested in this particular condition and manner for India. And that could serve as a challenge going forth.
See, what you've seen here is that the rain playing havoc here, and you lost out some of the big teams, including Australia, Vineet. Who could have thought that West Indies, Sri Lanka, Australia, Pakistan, those are big teams in the world of T20 cricket, and they have this massive franchise cricket going their way. But the story here is India is on the top of the table with clearly semi-finalist, 6 points, and they've got their batting, bowling, and their prowess in the death bowling coming to their rescue. And I think India means business. Now India is on a roll. Now keep your eyes on...
Well, it was being dubbed that, that knock against Pakistan by Virat Kohli was perhaps, Sunil, a flash in the pan. Apparently, the way he's going, it seems that he's back into the, nick of things.
This is the same Virat vintage Kohli as you've seen. People have called him king. I think he's the emperor amongst the king. He's got his records, and he's got records that is, it's absolutely unflinching. The way he's batted, he builds up his innings. The first 30 runs, he plays with the bowler and scores the run. He keeps the scoreboard busy. Next 30 runs, he just toys with the bowling, and that I think is a much of a difference between the two.
Another star, Hardik Pandya, not very efficient with the bat tonight, but what he lacked in batting, he made up for, more than made up for, with his bowling.
Very well said, Vineet. If you've asked me what is our trump card, what is our X factor, what is our chutzpah, I think it is Hardik Pandya for sure. He's a 4th fast bowler who can bat better and can field even better than most of the other all-rounders. He can slide, he can dive, he saves in those 10 runs. He is very good with those.
But he's been inconsistent.
Absolutely. And that's a risk you will always get with number 5, 6 and 7, that they will get few balls to bat, and all they have to do is they have to just go into the business straight from the word go. And that's why I think 3 out of 10 times if he clicks, India wins. And that's the same thing for
okay, couple of things.
Yes.
Last question. Couple of things got sorted today, which is the Mohammad Surya Kumar Yadav and KL Rahul. But the captain himself continues to struggle. Last pointer from you and then we wrap up.
I think India's got a problem with the captain and the vice captain. They've got a lean patch, far too long, way too much. I think they've got to now sort it out, because you're in the semi-final, because you're dealing with the big guys.
So the pressure is only going to get higher for India as they proceed into this World Cup. Sunil Yashkala, thank you so much for being a part of this conversation.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.